Yeah, I see that. I agree with that.
Anyway, what do you know about the fans? And they've been weird, and they no.
Oh God!
Oh
I'm
my
so
God!
sorry. No.
No, he's due any day now. All right, and welcome back to the third ever episode of We Don't Know Either, the show where we also do not know. Now, with me here today is Tristen. How are you today, Tristen?
I'm good. How are you, Dakota?
I am so good.
That's great.
I'm so amazing.
so good.
Now, Tristen, what brings you here on the show today?
Well, it's a good question, Dakota.
It's a great question.
It's a very good question. You really open it up with the stumpers, don't you?
Yeah.
I came here because you asked me on, and I was thrilled to be here.
Oh, you're so thrilled.
I am very thrilled.
Now, do you know what it is that we are doing today?
I wish I did.
So would you say that you do not know?
I do not know.
Therefore, you could say that we do not know either.
You could say that.
Theoretically, we don't know either.
We don't know.
And now, Garfield. Wow. Great segue there, Tristen. It's time that we do one of my favorite segments on this show that happens every week. I don't think it's even happened 1 week yet. We've recorded it every week, and it sucked every week, but I am determined that it's gonna work one of these days.
No pressure.
Explain it to me. Where I will give you a prompt, and you have to explain it to me.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Paul Blart versus Night at the Museum guy. Who's a better guard? Okay, I feel like I'm prepared for this my whole life.
Oh, it's gonna work this time.
Okay. So if we're looking at who is a better guard, we have to think about what their credentials are. So we know that Paul Blart, he actually trained in the police academy, right? Like he actually got so close, but it's because of his, I don't know, diabetes or low blood sugar or whatever, he could stop, right? But he got close, right? So he has the training of, we'd say, not as much, but up to, you know, like a police officer, you know? So he has the training, he has the background. Not the museum guy, as far as I know, I watched this back when I was a kid, but as far as I know, I think it was just some gig, right? He doesn't care about it as much as Paul Blart does, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
He was an inventor, but no one wanted his inventions because they were just knockoffs of other inventions.
Exactly. So,
like the clapper. Instead of the clapper, he invented the snapper.
guard, I guess a smarter person, probably not the museum guy, but talking about who's the better guard. And I think that better guard goes into qualifications and training. I think that Paul Blart has the better training. Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2, Paul Blart knows what he's doing. Yeah, he gets messed up around by the bad guys every once in a while, but he knows. He's an old pro. He's a vet now. You know what I mean? He's a mall cop veteran. So, in conclusion, I think that Paul Blart is a better guard.
Whoa!
Amen. So cool. Look at this little guy. Oh my goodness! It's like he's got the meteor inside of him.
He's a meteor. He's a
meteor. Oh!
Whoa! I thought that was gonna pop right there. I think it's
cool.
time for me to take a drink of water.
Always important to stay hydrated.
And that brings us to our next segment, which is the quiet segment. Horse. Horse. I didn't know it would be that loud!
What the hell?
Oh my god!
What the hell are you doing? Garfield! He has a concussion!
I'm so
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance!
He's dying!
No! No, we have to resuscitate! No!
It's time for quiet Jenga.
Quiet Jenga. What is this show?
Quiet Jenga. Take a block.
But I do it quietly.
But do it quietly.
What is that for?
Not that one. Not that one. Not that one either. Here it goes.
Bam. Are we not?
We gotta be horse whispering.
Okay.
Whoa!
Ah!
Now you gotta go to church.
What?
What do you think of Mr. Harry Styles?
Ooh. I like Harry Styles. I think that he is a very good singer. Definitely one of the... Definitely top 5
Do you think he's
One
bald?
Direction. What?
Do you think he's bald?
Whoa! I didn't know this was a
bald.
conspiracy
I think
show.
He's bald.
I didn't know this was going to be
No,
full of
there
conspiracy
are
theories.
pictures at his concerts, and like
You think that he
it's
has
a
like...
toupee. Are you a big fan of One Direction?
I dabble.
The fans, and they've been weird, and they
No! Oh God!
Oh
I'm
my
so
god!
sorry.
Oh god!
I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
I will replace this. I'm so sorry.
No.
Oh no!
No, he's due any day now. Oh god!
His water broke. Oh no!
Anyway, we're gonna be reading One Direction fan fiction romantically.
Why? What's the point of this? What's the point of any of this? What is this show? I don't know what this is.
3 hours later.
I want to read about some
You're very determined.
Dirty Desires One Direction fan.
Yeah, let's do the hairy one.
Your POV. Do you want to be do you want to get railed by Harry Styles, or do you want to be Harry Styles railing?
I mean, I was Harry Styles
random?
last time. You can be Harry Styles if you want to be this time.
You just want to get railed by Harry
No.
Styles. All right, here we go. Hopefully, Happy anniversary, babe. He kissed my cheek softly, his curly hair tickling the nape of my neck ever so slowly.
Harry, you remembered, I teased him, a frown starting to form on his face slightly, his brows rise in confusion.
Of course I remembered. Who doesn't remember the... Of course I remembered. Who doesn't remember the 2-year anniversary with their amazingly hot girlfriend? That smirk that I love so much on his face, while he teasingly raises his eyebrow higher than needed.
I giggled. He always knows how to make me feel like I'm a hormonal 15-year-old. We lay in a bed together, his head on my stomach while his arms are wrapped all around my torso, my hands in his chair, slowly raking my hand through the mop of chocolate brown curls, my nails gently scratched against his scalp, while he slowly hummed in response.
I'm really confused about what scalp we're talking about here. What is a chair? Like, is she grabbing his...
Harry, what are we doing today?
We're already doing it. He mumbled in his amazingly god-like sexy voice.
What do you mean? We've got to do something today. We can't just laze around. We do that every other weekend. Today is our anniversary. We have got to go out and have a little fun. He got up suddenly. Hovering over my body, he leaned down, supporting his weight on his arms next to my head. His lips came next to my ear.
Do you seriously think I have nothing planned for today, babe? His husky voice had my insides melting. I could barely form a sentence.
I knew you did, I whispered back to him. He jumped off my quickly, standing next to the bed.
Come on, sleeping beauty. Get out of bed. We have places to go and people to see.
He looked like a little boy locked in Disney World. His smile was bigger than ever, and he looked truly excited. Harry rushed out of the room. I just lay there. Damn my hormones.
Skip the rest of the day. Winky face. Yeah, we don't want to hear about that. We want to hear about the good stuff.
I've never been so tired in my whole life. Harry didn't just plan things for a day. He planned enough activities for 3 days. We pulled up to the last stop of the day.
2 days later.
Here we go.
He kissed me softly, leading me towards the bedroom. His lips were detached from mine, and I instantly felt cold. Ooh. I peeked at him from under my eyelashes. He towered my body effortlessly. His eyes held so many emotions right now.
Desire. Love. Want.
I was so excited. My skin was on fire, yet I felt so cold. All I wanted was for him to touch me everywhere. But knowing Harry, he would take his sweet time in teasing me and making me want him so badly. He wrapped his arms around me, slowly pulling the zip from the back of my dress down, going as slow as he possibly. After what felt like hours, the zip was finally all the way down, and my evening dress was now pulled at my feet. Harry stood there, not moving, not breathing, just staring at me. He had seen me naked so many times, yet I still feel so insecure whenever I'm around him. I covered my chest with my arms, even though I still had my bra on, my head tilted in confusion.
Baby, why are you covering yourself?
The confusion could be heard in his voice. We stood there for a little while before he gasped.
You aren't shy of your body, are you? Listen to me, babe, and listen closely. You are perfect. If anyone tells you otherwise, they're either lying to you or jealous of your beauty. You are my perfect princess. I love you so much, and I love everything about you. I love the way you blow the strands of hair into your face, how you scrunch up your nose when you're concentrating, the way your brow creases when you're confused, and the way that smile of yours, that perfect smile of yours. I won't even get started on your sexy body. We will be standing here all night.
He hovered on top of me, allowing his weight to be rested on his elbows, which were propped up on either side of my head. He leaned down, taking my bottom lip in between his teeth, softly sucking on it before releasing it and doing the same to my top lip. He nudged his tongue through my mouth and massaged my tongue with his own. At this point, my hormones were going insane.
Pause. How you doing there, buddy? Now, for those of you who don't know, Tristen here, he's a real player. He's
Big time.
He's a pro, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
So, how would you say his method is so far?
I mean, from one player to another, I think that Harry's got some pretty good game. You know, he obviously knows how to treat his ladies right. If you know what I mean.
Now, real life Harry. Never mind. It's a bad question.
Okay, where were we?
I said the word vagina. Let's start here.
Okay. I felt his long fingers move aside my white lace panties, slowly edging his finger inside me. My breath was hitched. I couldn't move. He gave me a little time to adjust, then he began slowly thrusting in and out of my with his finger.
This idea,
You wanted to do this.
this idea,
You wanted to do this.
this idea does not.
I did not think that this is how I would be spending my Wednesday night.
What did you think this was gonna be?
Definitely not reading One Direction smut, that's for
What
sure.
did you think I was gonna
I
be
don't
doing?
know, but I didn't think we were going to be talking about the sexual exploits of one of the main members of One Direction. That is not what I had in mind about tonight.
Yeah, we are gonna conclude today's episode.
Oh.
That brings us to the end, and it shows us how the beauty of this show is its flaws, and the flaws sometimes are bigger than I thought because they're not problems that can be overcome because the idea it just didn't work like I thought it would.
This is pretty good. Thank you for having me on the show. This was fun.
Tristen, thank you for coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
It was great. I enjoyed this.
it was a good time. Mistakes were made on my part, and things didn't work out. But Tristen, what would you like to say as a word of advice to next week's guest?
Next week's guest, I would say, have fun, live in the moment, and you never know. You could be the next
Bill Gates!
That's right.
Tune in next week for the Gibsters. Yeah.
Gibster.
And then we